So what I've done is I've collapsed in the thought summary which I had written separately yesterday. I just simply integrated it, stuck it in the middle. So I'm going to start to read through the introduction, and I'm just going to tidy up the bits that I'm not happy with, because this is exactly what I expect you to be doing in the exam, is reading your work over at the end and checking the quality of the expression and tidying it up, making those necessary stroke throughs, the upside down V's, so that you can actually add the bits of text in that you need to add and take stuff out. Okay? So it's all about developing quality of expression. Once I've done that, what I'm then going to do is I'm going to chunk it down and I'm going to show you the ingredients, because remember we're baking a cake, and this is the, what would this be in cake terms? This is possibly the icing actually. At the moment we're making some nice icing, because obviously the main body of what we're doing is the main body paragraph. That's our actual cake. This is the icing on the top. So I'll go through and chunk it down so you can see the ingredients that we're using to make this icing, so that you have this kind of sense of a checklist of what needs to go into a good introduction. Okay, so Streetcar Named Desire, and then putting back at Streetcar, penned by Tennessee Williams, is a play in which the main character, Blanche, shows signs of psychological instability. Blanche experiences a number of traumatic life events which contribute to this instability, from the dramatic suicide of husband Alan to the catastrophic rape by Stanley. So Blanche endures extreme life-changing events which consequently lead to this instability. Streetcar Named Desire explores the tragic downfall of Blanche Dubois. Blanche is a complex character that at times creates illusions and at others offers insight. This insight is clearly demonstrated in her evaluation of the cruel and primitive antagonist Stanley. The suffering that Blanche experiences in life with death, loss, suicide and rejection reaches a climax when her brother-in-law rapes her, leaving the audience horrified at the catastrophic institutionalization that she must face. The playwright exposes Blanche's instability with his expressionism, which is often reinforced through insightful symbolism. This is enhanced further, that probably would be better the other way round, this is further enhanced anyway, this is enhanced further with a significant and profound extended metaphor captured in the title of the play. As we see the development of character relationships unfold on stage, the depths of this instability becomes apparent, and a thematic exploration of the destructive nature of desire becomes evident. So what is that actually made up of? What are the raw ingredients that you need to go into an introduction? So if I was taking notes, I would have the heading introduction, and then I would just be listing the things that you need to make sure that you get into your introduction. Some of them are clearly very obvious. You must make sure that you identify the text. You must make sure that you identify the author of the text. You must refer back to the question. So Blanche experiences a number of traumatic life events, with the traumatic suicide of husband, the catastrophic rape by Stanley. You must make sure that you are starting to address the task, not just reference it, but actually starting to answer it. You must demonstrate an understanding of the whole text, and that is through your short and succinct summary of the whole text. You must also identify the areas your essay will be addressing. In this case, because we're writing a critical essay, those areas come in the form of literary techniques. Okay? So you must identify those. And then, where I think is very important, you come back to at the end, to end by linking back to task. So those are the ingredients. Now, if we think about I think the one that people struggle with perhaps the most is the identifying the areas that your essay will be addressing. And I think the difficulty people have is in terms of quality of expression. So you see things like, I will show you, this essay will. And we looked at an example of that yesterday, where the playwright exposes instability through the use of, that equally that sentence could read, this essay will will explore how instability is shown through themes, motifs, expressions in character, relationship and extended metaphor. That's the sort of sentence that we see fairly consistently and regularly. And what I'm saying to you is, if you're really struggling to do that part of the introduction writing, then that is the most simplistic way of doing it. But I would like you to try and develop your writing skills so that you're able to do it in a bit more of a sophisticated way. Okay? So those are the ingredients of an introduction.